a friendly reminder, if you don't go through his phone, you will never know the real him. Just think about it like that. There's some girls that's like, oh, I would never go through my man's phone. I would never. I guess you will never know who he really is then. You see me? I'm going through that phone.
Going through a man's phone is a fear factor. That's the first thing I have to say. After watching this video, if you haven't gone through your man's phone, you're definitely going to go through that phone. Don't fully trust a guy and don't fully commit until you go through that phone. The real him is in that phone. When these women share their stories, after this, you're going to go through that guy's phone. Trust me. Now get a piece of paper, get a pen, and jot things down.
Imagine finding a hidden folder in your man's phone, and in that hidden folder is pictures of his ex, and I mean new pictures of his ex. And y'all been together for what, 10 years? Every time she uploads a picture on Facebook, he's saving it.
When you're going through that phone, you're going through the wrong stuff. That's why you ain't finding nothing, but I got you. Here's the 5 places you need to go through when you're going through that phone if you're trying to actually find something. And if you're one of those people that's like, I don't go through my partner's phone, that's so insecure, where's the trust? I'm just going to say a prayer for you. I hope it don't hurt that bad when you realize, like, reality. Shit, going through the phone is already an iffy topic. So if you're going to go through it, make sure you at least going to find something. Number 1, that Cash App or that Venmo. You know, just go through the last couple transactions. Make sure she ain't getting no unnecessary money from nobody. And I don't got to over-explain it, but think about it. You really going to send your hard-earned money to somebody you ain't doing nothing with? All right. Number 2, they pictures. You know how many pictures or screenshots I take and I forget to delete like months later? Like, nobody's going that swiftly through their phone trying to make sure those are gone. So that's another way. Number 3, make sure she ain't got no text messaging apps. Like, come on, bruh. Like, you got AT&T. There's no reason you should have a text now or any type of apps of that nature. 4 is the email. This is always where you're going to find something, because if there's any extra accounts or anything she signed up for, you going to know, right? Because they're going to sell a confirmation code. And who clean out their email? Nobody clean out their email. 5 is notes. And I put this last because people kind of catching on to this, right? But you still might find like an extra number or a stray address there. You always want to follow up on that.
Listen, I don't know who needs to hear this, but go through that boy's phone. Go through it. Because these men are full of shit. Go through it. It'll save you so much BS, so much wasted time. Go through it.
All right, so TikTok might not be here tomorrow, but we're going to end it off with a bang. This is why you should check your partner's phone.
I've literally been debating making this video for days, but TikTok might not even exist anymore, so like, fuck it. This is what I found when I went through his phone. First of all, I'm not even like the go through your phone kind of person. Never have, never will. But a few days before we had dinner, he literally ambushed me out of nowhere and was like, unlock your phone.
That's how you do it.
See what's in your phone.
Catch your lacking.
I'm like, what? Why? He was like, you can have my phone. Go ahead and look through it. Let me see what's in your phone. I was like, of course I can, because you prepared for this ambush.
Yeah.
And so he went through my phone. I was completely unprepared. So he saw raw data. He saw me for who I am.
What?
And I just let him, because what am I going to say? We're in a relationship.
Keywords, he saw me for who I am, right? For who I am. Oh, so you're telling me he hasn't been seeing you for who you were the whole time? I've been telling you guys for a minute now, bro. Hey, look, check that phone. The real her is in that phone. I've been saying it for years. You have to check the phone just how Buddy did. You feel me? Catch her lacking out of nowhere. Let it be a good night. Either you're going to check it in the morning, early morning, 3 a.m., 4 a.m. It's that deep to me. Because this is going to be the person that you're trying to marry, hopefully, right? You have to know who that person is outside of you, period. A person could be all goody two-shoes in front of you, but when you're not around, they're a completely different person. And we live in a time of the phone era. We have touchscreen phones and internet. Bro, people are living double lives. That goody two-shoes girl or that goody two-shoes man, that's not a goody two-shoes person. It could be an imposter. They could be evil as fuck in that phone. Bro, they could be a cheater. She just said, oh, he saw me for who I actually am. Oh, you ain't shit. So yeah, bro, if you Do what bro did, catch her lacking out of nowhere, at dinner, on the spot. You can't give them time to change and delete nothing. Pro tip.
And let me just say this. If you want to go through that man's phone, do not go through iMessage. Go through those settings. Just a disclaimer, I don't do this no more. This is when I used to be toxic, but I'm going to put y'all into the tea. Don't go through the messages because 9 times out of 10, he probably deleted them already. But if you really want to find out what he's up to, you're going to go to settings. After you get to settings, you're going to go to general. When you get to general, you need to click iPhone storage. Now, when you get to iPhone storage, you're going to see that there's going to be an iMessage section. When I tell you in the iMessage settings, they will literally break down the top conversations, photos, videos, and other types of attachments. What I used to do is I really used to go through the photo and the video attachment. Because if you know, you're going to find something in there, whether that be a selfie or something else. And that's how you're really going to go through the phone. Another thing you could do is also go to top conversations. Because it'll literally list from top to bottom the top messages he has, which means he texts those people the most. Or it takes up the most storage in his phone because it has the most attachments. And that's just a little tea on how you're really supposed to go through that phone. Like I said, I don't do that no more because I'm in a healthy relationship and I've grown as a person. And if you feel like you probably have to do all of this, that's probably not the person for you. But if you still want to look through that phone, that's what you need to do. But don't tell him I told you this. And good luck. Go through those phone settings.
Check that man's phone. As your big sister. As your big sister. I said check that man's phone. Oh, I don't want to check it. Is this private property? He is private. Shut up your mouth. You guys can do. And it can touch your private. Your private, it can touch it, but you guys are doing private when it comes to phone. Check that man's phone. Go to recently deleted. Go to Eden. And thank me later. Hey! Check that man's phone. I'm not saying to be stalking him or to be checking his phone every day, but once in a while, hold your man's phone. Just check 1 or 2. Go to recently deleted. Go to Eden. Check his phone, oh.
Ladies, ask your man to see his phone right now. I need you to just go up to him and ask him to see the phone. I don't care what he's doing. I don't care if he's playing the game. I don't care if he's playing League of Legends. I don't care if he's playing Valorant. I don't care if he's heavily obsessed with Marvel Rivals right now. Great game, by the way. I need you to go up to him and actually see his phone. See what he says. Watch his reaction. Watch his fear. Watch his stress. See if he actually has it. I know you might value privacy in a relationship, and you might actually care that deeply about, oh, I don't want to go inside of his things. He has his friends in his group chats. No, go check his phone right now. Check his Discord. Check every app he can, because you never know. The reason I say this is because I had a friend who would never check because she was scared to check on, and she ended up getting HIV. She ended up getting HIV recently, and that messed me up deeply. I said, oh my goodness, what happened? She said, got a little HIV. A little, that's a big step. That's a little bit of a big step. That's actually a hurdle and a half. Why would you just let that happen to you? She said, I guess I should have just been more careful. Oh well. She was so calm, collected, cool about it. I've never seen somebody so composured in my entire life. I've never seen that. I was just perplexed. I was aghast by the lore that I was exploding with. And I said to myself, wow, I hope to have this level of patience and kindness of all time. After 3 weeks, she's no longer of this earth, by the way. I want to point this out. She's no longer of this earth. She was calm on the front, but she didn't reach out. Please check the phone. I don't want to lose any of you. I don't want to lose any of you. Parasocially, socially, whatever it may be, personal, interpersonal, whatever happens, I really don't want to lose any of you. And I'd appreciate it if you cared about yourself to go check the phone or at least have some communication, please. Check his phone. Go up to him. Walk up and say, babe, I got a favor to ask. And he's going to take off his headphones. Huh? What? He's going to look a little confused. And just look him deep in the eyes. Confuse him a little bit. Shake him a little bit. And then say, can I look through your messages and just judge the panic? If you see fear, if you see a moment of weakness, if you see any smidgen in his chest, in his follicle, in his foreskin, don't know if he's circumcised or not. If you see that, then by all means, leave. I know you say you can't leave and you may have a child with him. You may be mentally struggling. Plan to leave. Do something more. I know it's a difficult task to get out of that horrible, evil situation that you've decided to stick yourself inside of. You decided to ruin your entire life by sticking to somebody who's narcissistic and doesn't care about your entire livelihood and doesn't care about you as a human being. I need you to leave. If you are with a man that cannot allow you inside of his own personal space when he is doing something outside of you, if he cannot dedicate time to you, if he is fearful of the things that he has done in his private time, then he is fearful of your relationship and he does not trust you. I do not want to lose you, as I have lost my friend to this very thing when they got told they had HIV and they ended up taking what livelihood they had left and losing everything out on it. Do not be a victim to not trusting your partner, please.
I found pictures of my sister in my husband's hidden phone album, and I confronted him. My husband and I have been married for 2 years now. We've been together for a total of 9 years, and this happened this morning. I basically woke up and he was sleeping, and I took his phone because I wanted to send some pictures that he had on his phone to my phone. But then I noticed this hidden album on his phone, so I clicked on it. When I opened to see what it was, I saw a bunch of pictures and videos of my sister, and basically they were her in like a bikini. A lot of them were her in bikinis, and then her showing her legs and like her feet, because he does have a little bit of a foot fetish, not shaming here. And when I say videos, I mean that he took videos of what it seems like an old phone of my sister's, and they were pictures that she took on that phone. So he took videos, for example, like her trying on a new bikini and she video recorded herself or took a picture of herself. He recorded that on his phone. You can see him like on the reflection of the phone recording the pictures and the videos on her phone, and it was basically him zooming in to her feet and nether regions. There were also pictures of me and my sister when we were hanging out last month on the couch, and we were both like just sitting on our phones and chatting, and he was sitting across from us and he was on his computer, but apparently he was actually taking pictures of us, and he literally zoomed in on my sister's ass and her feet. Other ones that he took were us as a family, all of us, like my family. We were all sitting at the dinner table, and he literally was putting his phone like under the table taking pictures and videos of her feet, and those, I found those in the hidden album.
I've literally been debating making this video for days, but TikTok might not even exist anymore, so like fuck it. This is what I found when I went through his phone. First of all, I'm not even like the go through your phone kind of person, never have, never will, but a few days before we had dinner, he literally ambushed me out of nowhere and was like, unlock your phone, let me see what's in your phone. And I'm like, what? Why? He was like, you can have my phone, go ahead and look through it, let me see what's in your phone. I was like, of course I can, because you prepared for this ambush. And so he went through my phone. I was completely unprepared, so he saw raw data. He saw me for who I am, and I just let him, because what am I gonna say? We're in a relationship, right? Whatever. And so he caught me off guard with that, and so yeah, I went through his phone at that time, but he cleaned and prepped his phone. So when we went to dinner, I wanted to catch him off guard the same way he caught me off guard, so I could see some real shit. And that's why I went through his phone at dinner. He snatched it from me, so I didn't get to see anything. But the next day, like that same day when we had dinner, I was like, why wouldn't you let me go through your phone? I let you go through mine, blah, blah, blah. And he was blah, blah, blah. But then the next day, he was like, okay, you can go through my phone now. I was like, oh my God, what a king. Thank you. You had another day and a half to prep your phone, and now I can go through it. Thank you. I still did it anyway, so here's what I found. So he obviously prepped it because I went to the messages first, and there was not a single message thread with another woman since like 2019. Like be so FFR. So I clicked on the search in the messages, and I saw that the day before he had searched for his most recent ex, his second most recent ex, and this bartender girl that he tried to get with before me, because he told me about it. So I didn't see any messages, but I saw that the day before he searched for all three of them. To me, evidence enough. Okay, evidence enough, whatever. And then I went to his Cash App, and I saw that when I was in Cincinnati, he tipped a bartender $100 directly to her Cash App. And that pissed me off, because like when you order drinks and you get the slip and you can tip right there, I would never know. But you took her number probably and Cash Apped her directly $100 for the 3 drinks you ordered for yourself. You're a trick. Like, be so serious. Pissed me off. And then the third thing that I found, I went through his Google Photos. Traumatized. I went through his Google Photos, and like everything that he has ever been sent, created, explicit content was in that folder. And when I tell you I was scrolling, and not only did I see some nasty things, I saw myself. I was in the folder, and it just was like such an icky feeling. Like I felt like a collectible, you know what I mean? Ew, brother, ew. Like I was sick to my stomach, fam. Oh my God. But that is what I found. Please, no more questions, because still dealing with this situation. But that is a story time. That's what I found. Yeah.
Papa don't give me 3 days to bring my girl for the sacrifice.
What you think?
Jesus!
It's not what you think, babe. It's not what you think.
Hey, homie!
See, No, it's not what you think, babe.
You know that moment when you have the opportunity to go through your man's phone, or you succeeded to get his password, then you have to save it somewhere so you can check his phone later. And then all of a sudden, you finally have the opportunity to go through that phone. Just right before you're going through your man's phone, the adrenaline, the fear, all of that anxiety, all of those things is a fear factor, trust me, because just having the courage to go through that phone and not knowing what you're going to see, and knowing that, having it at the back of your mind that anything you see in that man's phone can either make the relationship or mar the relationship or destroy the relationship. There are a lot of us who have gone through a man's phone and we have seen things. Go through that man's phone so you know who you're dealing with. You can never really know who you're dealing with if you guys are just dating and you're just dealing with whatever facade he's showing you. That man's real self is in his phone, it's in the DMs. They always have a private folder in their phones. Go through that private folder. Take time to check through that man's phone. And when you go through a man's phone, focus your energy on the conversations with his friends, with his homeboys, his besties. That is where he's telling them all the tea about you. That's where he's telling them all the tea about the girls he's messing with, about the things which are going on in his life. So many of us women, once we have the opportunity to go through a man's phone, the first thing we are checking for is messages with other women. We go through the phone, we start checking if he has another relationship or another girlfriend. But a lot of us forget to go through the messages between him and his best friends, him and his homeboys, the people he's hanging out with. Look at all of these loyalty tests online on social media where they tell couples to swap phones, and the minute the girl goes through her boyfriend's phone, she discovers a whole lot that this guy has been cheating, this guy has been sleeping. There have been cases of a guy cheating on his girlfriend with her mom. There have been cases of a guy trying to use his girlfriend for money rituals. He was planning to kill her to make money for himself spiritually. So all of these things, when we tell women to go through a guy's phone, sometimes it's for your own safety, because you could be dealing with a man who is demonic, diabolic, and you have no idea about it. This guy can have a double life in another country, in another town, basically several personalities which you have no idea about. You could be living with a serial killer, a horrible person, an evil person, and you don't even know who you're dealing with because you haven't gone through that phone. You have not taken out time to investigate the person you're dealing with, or you're scared to find out the truth. And the problem with us women is there are so many of us women who would rather believe the beautiful lie this guy is showing us than to accept the ugly truth. There are a lot of women who deliberately don't want to go through a man's phone because they know that if they go through that phone, the relationship or the marriage is over. So they'll rather not go through it. They'll rather decide to stay in darkness in that relationship and get whatever they are getting out of it than to discover the ugly truth about the man they are dealing with or the man they are married to. A lot of women are in this pot of soup. You guys need to be very careful. The dating pool is trash, and the dating pool is trash because everybody is playing games in one way or the other. Nobody wants to fully commit. Everybody wants to one up you in one way or the other. They want to show you that they have sense. They want to show the other party they are one step ahead. And they take dating, they take relationships, everything is a joke. Because you go through a guy's phone and you realize that you're not even the main chick, not even the side chick, you're not even maybe you're just even a fling, you're just a fling to this guy, but in your mind you're thinking you guys are in a relationship. You've told all your friends about him, told even your family about this dude you're dealing with, but in the back of his mind you're just a fling, you're just another girl he's sleeping with, another girl he's smashing. A lot of women have gone through the DMs and discovered their position with the guy they're dealing with. When you go through that DM, when you go through those messages, all of his DMs, and you realize the character you're dealing with, you can easily take that decision on whether you want to continue dealing with this character or you want to step back. Because the worst thing is choosing a guy who isn't choosing you. That's where you get hurt. That's where you get heartbroken. Every time you go through a man's phone, expect the unexpected. Trust me. If you're going through this guy's phone thinking he can never do this, he can never do that, you're going to get the biggest shock of your life, sis. You're going to be very, very shocked because the guy who you think will never do you like that will do you like that. You cannot trust anybody, not even the guy you're sleeping with. You cannot be fully sure that this person cannot betray you or is incapable of betraying you or hurting you or lying to you or cheating on you. Expect the unexpected. There are women who have gone through their boyfriend or their husband's phones and discovered that these men were on the down low. They were DL, they were secretly gay. There are women who went through a man's phone and realized that this man is evil. This man has a secret life. This man has a double personality. This man wants to kill them. This man is sleeping with their sister, sleeping with their mom. This man is sleeping with their best friend. This man is doing something fishy behind the scenes. When you start having that feeling to go through a man's phone, go through it. Because there are times where you see a guy's phone and you want to go through it and something will just be telling you, no, don't go through it. What doesn't kill you, or what you don't know doesn't kill you, or what you don't know doesn't disturb you, what you don't know doesn't kill you. You don't want to go through his phone because you don't want to see something that will make you upset or angry. But when you look at that guy's phone and something tells you to go through that phone, sis, go through that phone, investigate that guy. And let me be honest, it's not even only going through his phone. Go, even if you have the opportunity to go to a man's house, which I will not even advise you to go to, but if you have the opportunity to go to a man's house, right, baby, search that house. Do whatever you have to do. In fact, open any section that you can open and check whatever you can check in that man's house. Be sure that this person you're dealing with is clean. This person you're dealing with is straight up. There are some of these men who have STIs that they are hiding, and they are hiding it from you, taking medications and hiding it. There are some of these men who are secretly gay. I'll say it again. There are some of these men who have another relationship. They have a kid somewhere, a wife somewhere, a girlfriend somewhere, a woman somewhere. Like, there's always another side of a man that you don't know. So just be careful. There was this story of a girl who went through her boyfriend's phone and realized that he wanted to use her for rituals. There's this other story where the girl went to the guy's home, and while searching through things, she saw fetish things that are very dark, charms and all of these things, which indicates that the guy is a ritualist. She saw a lot of things. Like, you guys need to be very careful. When you go through that phone, expect anything. There are women who have gone through that phone and it has saved their lives. They have gone through that phone and discovered the person they were dealing with. You could be dealing with a killer, a demonic man, an occultic, a ritualist, a cheat, an abuser, a manipulator, a horrible person, and you have no idea about it. So whether you're dealing, I don't care who you're dealing with, any man who comes into your life, look for an opportunity to go through that man's phone. Try to get his password. Try to do whatever I can do to go through that phone. And when you go through that phone, don't only check messages between him and other girls. Check the messages between him and his homeboys. Go to the group chat. Check the messages in the group chat. Look at whatever they are discussing. Check the messages with his best friends, his closest friends, and open that private folder. Do everything to open that private folder in his phone. You're going to see horrible things. There are men who have a whole profile of different women's nudes. They have different men's nudes, like the kind of things that you could see in a man's phone. It's a fear factor, honestly. Going through a man's phone is a fear factor. That's just the truth. And honestly, it is a fear factor which every woman needs to experience, so you know who you're dealing with and to stay on the safe side. And all this is so that you protect yourself and to be on the safe side. So besties, I'm going to leave this video here. Add more points in the comment section. What do you guys think? Do you guys think going through a man's phone is a fear factor? Share your thoughts. I'm dying to see them, and I'm going to see you guys in my next video. Bye. Love you.